I'd always make it at the time I needed to start coaching to be on court.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then within a week, my boss, like, he took me aside and he said, Michael, I know how it is in South Africa, but how's it, everyone? Welcome to the Molweni podcast, where two friends meet online and talk about very interesting topics that are dear to us and close to our hearts. And today is going to be a very interesting one. Before we get in, Kat, how you doing?
Good. Good. Thanks, man. Had a nice weekend. So some family as well. Yeah. Can't complain. Yourself?
Nice, good man.
Yeah.
Yeah, spent quality time with the family.
Nice.
Was a lot of the time indoors. It's
Yeah.
getting rainy in this side of the world.
Yeah.
Always getting a little bit colder as well, but we did have
Yeah.
opportunities to go out and get some fresh air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Always good.
very nice.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
today's topic is to do with the cultural differences that we've encountered since we've left the motherland. And we're gonna look into it in depth. And I think maybe a good place to start um, is maybe with the belief systems, the cultural belief systems, the differences. Are there any similarities? And from my side, if I could start, um, yeah, South Africa is a very religious country,
Yeah.
influenced by the Europeans who came over,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's Christianity is number one. Um, there's obviously other practicing religions. It's a very diverse country. There's a big Indian community as well.
Yeah.
So Hindu would be one, and then obviously the second biggest religion in the world, Islam,
Yeah.
is also very popular.
Yeah.
But if I compare that to Germany, what is your sense of the German population and their belief structures?
Hmm.
What do you think?
I think right now there's a growing population of Islam. And in the next years, it will probably be very large, maybe even dominating. But this is just thoughts and opinion. But I think generally Christian is large, but not so active, or maybe not so um, evident. Because in South Africa, it's very loud, and not loud and proud, but it's almost like a standard thing. You
Yeah,
either hear, either or. Um, Religion is very active in our lifestyle, in our upbringing, in our everyday life. Here, it does exist. However, it also seems to be not everyone follows it. If anything, yes, I am under this group. I am Christian, but
it's
yeah,
not discussed publicly.
not discussed so much. And yeah.
You have to really beg the question. Oh, are you a Christian? Do
Yes,
you attend mass or go to church? Or
yes.
whereas
Not
I
the,
felt in South Africa it was almost a daily, maybe even a weekly situation where maybe in the direction of how Americans do it with the evangelists.
yes,
People will be knocking on your doors. They will be discussing it in the streets.
yeah,
You'll be in colleges and people will be talking about it,
yeah.
discussing the Bible, discussing the faith. Are you saved? Whereas maybe an easy way of putting it is that in Germany it's something private. It's for the
Something
individual.
private. Yes,
It's
yes,
it's it's something for the individual. It's not even family orientated because people, I think, in Germany, and I'm generalizing,
yeah.
would have their own personal belief systems, even in the family. So younger people, parents. Um, yeah, I
Okay,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah. Different.
that was
beliefs, mindsets, and attitudes towards religion, for instance, as well.
Definitely, definitely. But I do also have to say that I think there are a lot of most of the population's not interested in discussing that or talking about
Yes.
um, those type of religions. And I think later in the future, this is going to be, um, yeah, maybe discussed in more in depth because
Yes.
I'm very interested in the Christian faith
Yeah.
still, even though that I'm not a practicing Christian.
Okay.
Uh, I still find the text is very interesting and fascinating,
Yeah.
and I like to delve into that quite a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
in my spare time if I do ever have free time.
Yeah.
Um, so striking up conversations in South Africa was very easy
Mm-hmm.
because it always came from the outside. You know, there would be a New Age thinker, a New Age Christian.
Yeah.
There would be someone from the Islamic faith and wants to compare things. But in Germany, didn't happen. Like I had to go out and ask, you know, are you Christian? And most of the time it was like, no, I don't believe in God. So
Yes.
atheism is probably
You hear that a lot, come across a lot of atheists. That I wanted to say that yes, that's something that I in the beginning would hear a lot. And maybe now it's different because now I know a lot more people, and also maybe just exposure, but also surrounded to people who I'm surrounded by now. Now I know a whole lot more people, congregations, communities, um, where faith based, and there's a lot of conversation around faith as well. But you'll always hear, I don't believe in God, or yeah, my family is Protestant, but I'm not a practicing Christian.
yeah.
Or there's this thing with church tax, for instance, that yes, I am under this, but that's only to do with the church tax and so on. But I'm not actually a believer, a follower, practicing
Yeah,
believer. I'm
interesting. Yeah, I
Christian.
pay my taxes to the church, but I
Right.
don't attend mass once a year. You know,
Right.
sometimes we'll go to Christmas mass.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, very interesting. And I think it also shapes it. It shapes the community, as you were saying.
Mm.
I don't know if the I've heard that Christianity is kind of growing
Yeah.
again, but very little. Maybe
Yeah.
it's Mormon, Mormons. The Mormons, their faith seems to be picking up. I remember I used to get into actually went to a church, Mormon church in Nuremberg.
Really?
Yeah, just to have like discussions and talks and to
Wow.
understand
Okay.
more about what they're about. So they are probably up front the most confident religion out there
Okay.
to really approach people on the streets. And these are Mormon missionaries that are coming
Yeah.
from.
I've come across a lot of them here than back home, I must say. Like I'm in the bus stop, at the train station.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've met
yeah.
with a couple of young guys too. I
Uh,
must say, South Africa would mostly be older. Um, I don't know, but I've just noticed that here, really young guys, younger than me, who would want to meet up with me. They'd follow up. They'd call me. Yes, I've exchanged numbers with some of them, but I'm very curious and had interesting conversations. I must say, it's never been something I've
uh,
exposed to, followed, or been part of. I've never been to their church, so I'm looking forward to hear how that experience was for you as well. But it's been so interesting to see here how it is here and why, as you say, that it seems to be quite dominant or maybe confident in going out there, evangelizing out there in the streets. Because I know of people who go maybe every Sunday, for instance, or Fridays. They go out there and they evangelize to people on the streets by helping them as well,
yeah.
at church as well. But also the moments like every day, randomly you would meet them, and they 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 are
So that's
constant in that.
that's a. I wouldn't know exactly how it is. I've never been to America, but I feel like that's there. There's a mentality of Americans that are infiltrating maybe in the German
Okay.
community because
Okay.
as
Okay.
as as you might agree, Germans are very private people, and
Yes.
I've actually this is probably a good moment to um, express this idea that I've had
Yeah.
for about Germans,
Mm.
is that they're like a nut. They're hard on the outside, but they're soft on the inside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like when you break that shell,
Then
you make a friend for life. You
yeah.
actually, I have this feeling, and I can just in the top of my head, I can think of so many people that if I had to go to Nuremberg now, okay, obviously besides you, but if I had to go there now, I would be able to reconnect with people, and they would make time for me immediately.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, please come in.
they are
It's
absolutely like amazing people. They would welcome you in. Hey, let's go have a beer. Let's go have beers. Let's go for pizza. Not just, hey, let's plan 2 weeks time and it's only about 20 minutes or so. But yeah, yeah. And they'll take out all their drinks out for you, and
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
an
yeah,
exaggeration, but like the accommodation, it's wholeheartedly. Once you open
yeah.
that nut, like you have
You actually feel it. It's
yes,
it's it's
yes,
not something pretentious as well.
yes,
Um, and maybe this is a nice one to move on to the next topic is people.
yeah,
How is that interaction with people? And I have really fond memories, but of making these lifelong friendships.
yeah,
But it took effort. It's like I I feel when I think about South Africa,
yeah.
you could make a friend, lying on the beach, and they listen to some music, and you start talking to them, and then let's exchange numbers, and then you can meet them, and then you can start a friendship.
100%.
It would happen at a bar. Oh yeah, you come here often. Oh yeah, I do. Great, man. We're going to see each other, and the
Yeah.
next thing you're having a bride together.
Yep.
But in Germany, it was more like I could almost read their minds, that the people would be thinking, what do you want from me? Why do you want to get to know me?
Was all
Uh,
das.
yeah, and so it's always. I think I've always been quite an open person. So even
Yeah.
when the moment
First
when the
time we met.
moment
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. When the moment shows itself, and I think, yeah, he seems like from the outside like a friendly person. Well, I'm going to say something, and that sometimes these things happen in shopping centers. You get into a conversation.
Yeah.
Part of my personality, I think that's that Cape Townian attitude that we're
Yeah.
just always so open,
Yeah.
and sometimes I just feel like I would hit a wall,
Yeah.
with Germans, and I'll be like, especially when you start to learn the language, and then you start to get on their level, and you think, oh man, that was a real funny thing to have said, but then
Yeah.
there's just no reaction back, and I go,
Yeah.
wow, okay, that was a bit like stubborn or
Yeah.
cold,
Yeah.
and I think that was pretty hard to adjust to in the beginning,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
for me per se. I don't know,
For
was it the
for
same
me as
for
well,
you?
I agree 100%. Like that you could really think they are the meanest or not the nicest. Well, I hear even up north, they could be even as mean. But just to stick to this, like they could come across as really cold, right?
Yeah,
Um, but once you start to know them, it's the opposite. And each person, each individual has their own unique type of way of welcoming you, of opening up to you in their own way. At in the beginning, and it takes much longer than with us, with just the first interaction. Hey, how's it? How you doing?
yeah.
Ish, this and this and this. Here, the Germans naturally, yeah, yes, no, I don't know,
But
kind of,
it's probably
but
it's
this,
also, you put something in my head. Sorry to interject there,
sure, sure,
but maybe it's got to do with that first impression. Is that's not going to impress the German, whereas
okay.
maybe when I think about being South African, is that if you make a good impression, then it's like, oh yeah, that's probably how the person is, you know.
Funny, yeah. My wife had this thing always teasing me that every person I meet, I start saying they're my best friend or they're my friends, refer to them as friends. And I'm like, well, maybe I just say that relaxed and like just
In a
use that
casual way.
But in a way, I do mean it that, oh yeah, I mean, we're friends now, we're in contact and so on. But I notice here it has a
Yeah, it's
totally different
interesting.
meaning, to all of a sudden call someone a friend. What now we're friends and so on.
Don't even know the
But
person, you know?
yeah, it's a matter of, wait, first we are either colleagues or we are just
Yeah.
we met. If we meet again, yes, we have a certain type of contact, but then after a while, after 6 months, I'm exaggerating, after 6 months, 6 years, now we are friends. Now
Yes.
we are really good friends.
Uh, there's trust needs to be built. It
Yes.
feels like um, time needs to elapse.
Hmm.
That you they need more information about that individual.
Yeah. I
Uh,
do appreciate the the straightforwardness and the in the beginning, you can really just
Mhm.
think that, oh my goodness, that was such a horrible interaction. Like, I
Yeah,
just opened up or I just told a joke, and like, oh, the
yeah,
reaction is almost neutral, cold. But afterwards, after a couple of times, or maybe after a year or so, it's different. It's different. I
mm,
definitely think people who come for the first time or come here for holiday will probably leave thinking, oh my goodness, the people here.
so
But once you
rude,
have
so
one or
cold.
two
Yeah,
interactions with someone who you spend an hour or so, you'll really realize that, oh, these people are amazing, and they've also got their own experiences and opinions of us. Oh my goodness, why are they so loud? Oh my goodness, why are they so
yeah.
open? They
Or maybe they're too
so
friendly. You know,
yes,
yeah, they're
too
just too
friendly, too
friendly. You know,
friendly. I've
what's
heard that a
their
lot. Yeah,
yeah,
too friendly.
yeah.
Yeah,
And maybe for people who are thinking that they want to move to Germany or they're about to do that, they've got a job and they're moving there, take it with a pinch of salt because the German mentality is that something always has to be done. It's not a when you're sitting back or relaxing as a German,
yeah,
then you're either on holiday.
yeah,
And that's the one thing they can do really, really well
yeah.
is they work hard and they party hard.
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
and they're so good at like yeah sticking to the task is
Yeah,
that you know
and efficient.
yeah of course, yeah I mean that's yeah I think things have changed slightly but that's for maybe like on a political sense I've got my opinions about that
Yeah,
but they're always striving for perfection they're always
yeah,
striving to do the right thing and when they start work at 8 and then they finish at 5 it literally ends at 5.
yeah,
You're not going to be able to contact person.
yeah,
That person starts Feierabend. And
yeah.
this
Oh,
this was one of the first words I remember learning. It's like Feierabend. Okay. It's now,
Feierabend and Arbeit, Arbeit, Arbeit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
um
yeah,
and they're very good at that. It's I think it's something that's also shaped me.
yeah.
Besides punctuality. And I
Mm,
always
nice. South Africa.
I was just, I'm just thinking now, like probably if there's a South African watching this, like, oof, yeah, that's gotta work on that one.
South
Uh,
Africa is the punctual. Some are punctual, but like there's such a big contrast and a big
oh, complete
comparison with Germans or Europeans.
Germans and South
So
Africa.
yeah, yeah,
I can't say about Europeans
yeah,
because I'm now living in the Netherlands
yeah,
and maybe that's where the South Africans get that from that they're not always on time for things where punctuality means everything for a German
yeah,
because it means that I respect that other person I'm meeting I respect their time
yeah, yeah,
so when we set a time then I'll be there 10 or 5 minutes before
yeah, yeah.
which is so weird for me because on time for me South Africa meant that I'm there when you say 8 o'clock, I'm there at 8 o'clock.
At eight, right,
Or
right.
5 minutes later. There's a buffer time, and it's like it's
Yeah,
okay. You're 5 minutes late. You're not late.
yeah.
You're just you're
Okay,
just
I've
not
been
on
told
time.
sometimes, like, even if you come, that 10 or 5 minutes before, right? Even if you
Yeah.
come after, or you are there at that 8 o'clock. That could be
That's
we got
late.
it late in some instances, and for me,
Yeah, yeah.
it was just like, but I'm there on
That's so
time,
funny.
no? But yeah, the punctuality thing is something else. And the now thing, right?
Yes.
I'll be there
Yeah.
now,
It's the thing.
can have so many different translations, so it's
So for the viewers who don't understand, you go to a cafe and the table has been booked. You sit down and it's now 10 minutes after, and you're thinking, yeah, where's my friend? And and then you go on your phone. You go, hey, where are you? I'm already sitting down. Oh yeah, I'll be there now. Now
I'll be there
that
now, yeah.
that
I'll be there
literally
now.
means I'll be there soon, but there's no time limit to that. It can be 10 minutes, half an hour,
Might be half an hour,
or
yeah.
the person might just not pitch up because something's going to happen, and then they go, ah, yeah, sorry, I'm so sorry, I couldn't make it. I'll make it up to you. And then you're sitting at this table
Yeah.
by yourself, and you go, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just going to finish the coffee and then go home.
Yeah.
Um,
Not to
and
make it okay, not that it's okay, but that is what
yes,
happens, that after half an hour, then you call and say, hey, I actually can't make it. And yes, there's apology and so on, but that is more what happens in South Africa than here in Germany. Like, oh,
yeah.
no ways are you
and
gonna.
and I think the reactions also could be maybe slightly it could be explained
Yeah.
as well. Is that even though you might be disappointed and then your friend either cancels or you're sitting there, waiting, or they're coming half an hour late, you don't get upset about that. It's just part of the South African culture that, yeah, something kept the person, um, away for this time. And or in Germany, it might end a friendship. You know?
Yes, 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 yes,
To,
yes.
to get very extreme
Yeah.
about this point,
Yeah.
um, and you need a very good reason. You need a very good reason. But normally, what always happened with me is that if I was going to meet a friend, even 5 or 10 minutes before we were supposed to that we're going to meet,
Yeah.
they would already text and say, "I'm going to be a few minutes late," and
Yeah.
then they would literally be like 2 minutes late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because something held them up, and then you
Like,
already know that I'm on my way. I'm going to the cafe, but oh, okay, I know what to expect. I'll just take a slower walk.
yeah.
Because we walk a lot here in Europe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's really interesting.
It is, eh? It's
Yeah, thinking
I
about
think
this.
coming from where we
Um,
come from, it's such an interesting thing to know that you can rely on, if they say that 5 minutes. And if you meet someone
yeah,
here, because it's also make and that doesn't happen, then you begin to think, okay, maybe this person is not local, is not German. You're just like, okay, nah, this one's probably from somewhere else. I think Africans and South Americans in general are similar, but
yes,
okay, not
I've
to
heard
go
that
into
as well.
detail, but like you definitely notice a difference. That's what I want to say. Germans are punctual, and they
British guys.
keep to their word in that regard.
Yes, yeah, and that's you mentioned earlier about being straightforward. I think that's
Yeah.
part of it as well. Is um, they mean what they say, and
Yes.
uh, I think
Appreciate
this
that.
is it's a stereotype where the stereotype is that Germans don't have humor because there's nothing to be funny about this. This is the time we meet, and this is the time that even if it's out of work hours, I
Yeah.
think in
No,
work
they
hours
do
is
have
even
you.
more important
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
because time is money.
Yeah.
Time is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thinking about punctuality, there was something that came into my mind now. I remember when I
Yes.
first moved to Germany,
Yeah.
and um, I just left the middle of South African summer,
Yeah.
December, January, beginning of January,
Yeah.
and then I moved to Nuremberg
Yeah.
in the winter, and
Yes.
I didn't have a car, and I had to take a bicycle, and I had to cycle in the snow and the ice, and I would always make it like at 8 o'clock. That would be, sorry, I'd always make it at the time I needed to start coaching to be on court.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then within a week, my boss, like, he took me aside and he said, Michael, I know how it is in South Africa, but on time means that you're 10 minutes before. And I remember at that moment, I thought, what? What am I going to do for 10 minutes? Yeah, so I'm prepared. I got everything ready on the court. I'm waiting. What am I going to do for 10 minutes? Only to learn that with time, uh, I'm relaxed. I'm ready. It's okay to wait. Whereas when I used to get there at 8 o'clock, it was like panic stations. It was just run in, get the key, open the cupboard, get all the
You're
equipment
stressed
that
out, right? Yeah.
stress out. And then sometimes the people, because I was coaching Germans,
Yes.
they would already be on the court.
Yeah.
And they're just watching me like running up and down, like
Yeah.
panicking.
I can imagine. Yeah.
So that was a great learning experience because it taught me, obviously, as I've mentioned before, that
Yeah.
the other person's time is valuable. So not only my client,
Yeah.
but also my friends.
Yeah.
It's now we're at an age where we have families, we have children,
Mm.
And time is time is very short. We don't have it. We don't have enough of it, right?
Yeah, we do not have enough of it. My goodness.
Time
Time is
flies.
of the essence. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So talking about essence,
Yeah.
what are the differences that you've encountered, Kat, when it comes to cuisine? Do
Ah,
you like the German cuisine?
Deutsches Essen. I do. You know, funny enough, sauerkraut. Let me start with sauerkraut. My first time here a couple years back, sauerkraut for me was horrible, horrible, horrible. Now I eat sauerkraut like I eat cabbage, I eat salad. I don't
It's
mind it.
super healthy. It's super healthy
Super healthy.
as
Wow.
well.
And maybe that happens when you are in a place for longer than I don't know how long, but you get used to certain things. There are certain things that you'll just never get used to. I never get used to the cold, but I do get used to I did get used to sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Sauerkraut. The cuisine in general, I like it. It's different. Um,
In what sense?
I think there's a lot of potatoes, a lot of breads, a lot of cheese, and I love cheese.
Oh, bread. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I
They
love
do
cheese.
make good bread, though. Oh,
The
wow.
bread, yes, fresh, and not to say I'm not constantly comparing, but it's nice, it's fresh. You get so
Wow.
much variety
Yeah.
um, of bread and cheese and um, Bretze. I've grown to love Bretze. Even my little one too. It's her
Pretzels.
go-to. She loves
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
what else?
The big ones, like those.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Bretze with Helles
Balls?
now Oktoberfest. That's something that I've never been. But these big Bretzes, a nice big 500. Is it 500 mil? That Mars beer.
Always.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Very nice. There's a nice little dish meal that I've tried out. That is called, what do they call it? I forgot what it's called. It's white sausage and it's with Helles, and you eat it with a sweet mustard. Um, and I think it's a specialty from München. Could be, I stand to be corrected here, but it's white sausage, nice sweet mustard, and you have Bretze.
oh,
Uh,
Weisswurst.
Weisswurst, thank you.
Yeah.
Weisswurst, right.
Well, you said it. It's white sausage.
White sausage, right, right.
Yeah.
White sausage, and you have
Yeah.
that with
It's always. I
Hellas
think.
for breakfast. For breakfast, I forgot that part. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So cold breakfasts. A cold breakfast is very, very common and loved by the Germans.
Yeah.
It's it's very unusual to go to a cafe on a Saturday morning or something like that, and then ask for an English breakfast like
Yes.
scrambled bacon, sausages. It's you have to really look around to find something there. But if you want something German, it will be bread, not even toast. So you don't. So there's no such. They don't like toast. So it's bread. You have cheese. You have ham.
Yeah.
Tomatoes. And then you can also have the Weisswurst. But
Yeah.
that's boiled, right? I
It's
think that's
boiled. That's right.
boiled.
That's
So
right.
it is warm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
warm.
That's right.
And
It's warm. Yeah. Yeah. And then you have that with the sweet sauce, the mustard, and the Helles. Helles. What do we say Helles is?
you're
The
making me think about beer now. Ein helles bitter. Maybe that's also another difference. Just to go off on a tangent, is beer.
Yeah.
I think for the viewers, it's very interesting. There's a law in Germany that beer can only be made a certain way, and there's three ingredients, right? It's water, hop, and malt, and that's it. You cannot add anything to that. But every single village will use those three ingredients, and the beer will always taste different. Will always taste different from Fürth to Nuremberg to
Interesting.
Munich to any little, and then villages in between.
Yeah.
And then
And the old
they're
taste
only ever sold in the most obvious metric system, in the most obvious system. It's either half a liter, 500 mils, or 1 liter, and that's it.
Okay. Okay.
So, and in South Africa, or what I'm experiencing here in the Netherlands, you get all types of different sizes. You
Yeah.
have 300 mils, 330 mils, and
Okay.
then
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, I remember that I don't have that opportunity to be drinking beer these days,
Yeah.
as I don't drink alcohol anymore.
Okay.
And but I remember it was always a hell of a lot of fun, hell
Yeah.
of a lot
Yeah.
of fun drinking with those Germans.
Yeah.
Uh,
And they can really gulp down like 500-meter plus and still be fine.
yeah, so
They know how to take that beer down, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. They
Yeah.
always became more friendlier, which is also really funny.
Also another thing. Yeah.
You could meet someone
Yeah.
nearby.
Mm.
You're in a pub, and then hey, I see you every single day. We always take the same bus.
Mm.
Oh yeah, right. Let's have a beer, and then you drink. And then when they sober up, and then when they were sober, when you're back on the bus and you see them, then they're just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Now I'm going to work. There's
Yeah.
no conversation going on
Yeah.
here.
There's that sense of,
Oh.
I don't know. It's like, okay, now back to business. So in a
Yeah,
way.
exactly. Yeah, that's what we said earlier is that there's this time for work and there's a time for pleasure,
Yeah. Yeah.
and those two hardly ever mixed.
Yeah.
Um, talking the weather, I think has a big effect on people, the
Yeah.
mentality as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
My experience is that the German people they I want to get this right. I
Yeah.
feel like they complain a lot about the weather.
Mhm.
And I mean, generally, the whole year. So there's a
Okay.
complaint that, oh, it's so cold. It's so cold. Winters
Yeah.
can get to minus, obviously.
Yeah.
But then in summer, and then in winters, oh, I wish for summer. I heard this so often. Oh, I can't wait for summer to be outside. And
Yeah.
when summer comes, then it's like, oh, it's so hot. And
Oh, it's
I
too
take,
hot.
it's too hot now. And it's like,
Wow.
what do you want?
Yeah.
It's remarkable though, I must say. The difference in temperatures is that in Nuremberg, in Bavaria, Nuremberg, Munich, in that area, you can have 30, 35 degrees in summer.
Mm, mm,
And then in winter, you'll have like -10.
mm.
And they're so drastic that it always fascinated me. And I actually love that. They had 4 seasons as well,
Yeah.
which is so different to South Africa. I would say we had summer in Cape Town and a rainy season, which was like 2 months, 2, 3 months.
Yeah. And then the wind right throughout. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
True.
always winning Cape Town.
But
Um,
the
but
winter, yeah, there's definitely It definitely is much colder. Oh my goodness, I can't. I absolutely struggle to get used to the cold. For me, it just feels like it get colder. It gets colder and colder and colder, extremely colder. It's not done yet. Even more colder. And it's like, okay, when am I gonna get used to this? I just have to keep holding on, keep holding on. But yeah,
It
it's
depends what you wear.
part of the climate. Yeah. It's what I wear.
Put on more clothes. Wear more clothes, then
Oh
you'll
man.
stay warm.
Yeah.
Kat, it's been great reminiscing with you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's lovely walking down memory lane and looking at these comparisons. I'm pretty sure the viewers would have also been able to discern from what's uh, positive, what's negative for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but
There's a
also
whole
just
lot
to,
more we can even add and
oh,
talk about, like,
most definitely.
oh yeah. Braaiing. Didn't touch on that. Like, I miss braaiing. I didn't want to make it like comparing so much, but I do miss the traditional food. Not the traditional food, but the food that we have at home that we cannot have here, right? Braaiing is different from barbecue here. Braaiing here, grilling. It's a whole different way, but um the food is nice here, but it doesn't take away that experience when you're braaiing in South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wood fire, all that smoke.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and you just keep throwing those logs, you know.
Yes,
And the meat was also a factor. I think we just loved flavor, you
yes,
know,
yes.
and that was something when I remember, talking about this food again, is
Oh,
going to Germany. It felt bland. It felt like it was
yeah.
missing, you know. When I think about a Weckler, it's just three sausages and a bread roll with, you get used to that, and you can
Literally,
have
yeah,
onions
yeah.
and mustard. Yeah,
And those
in
sell fast.
Germany.
Wow.
But I would always butter my rolls. I
Yes.
would, you know,
Always button my
probably
rolls. I always
ketchup.
like some sauce inside. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not just
yeah,
mustard, not zenf. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that was great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was great. I'm pretty sure we're gonna come back to this at some point.
Yes.
Um, and yeah, on that note, if you've got this far, please subscribe, like, and share. And yeah, we'll see you at the next episode.
Yes. Yeah,
On my
boy.
side, ciao everyone. Goodbye. Thank you
Ciao.
for watching.